Hello, Dr. Sushma Singh welcomes you on second lecture of chapter 3, Equality. Let us start topic equality of opportunities. The concept of equality implies that all people as human beings are entitled to the same rights and opportunities to develop their skills and talents and to pursue their goals and ambitions. This means that in a society people may differ with regard to their choices and preferences. They may also have different talents and skills, which results in some being more successful in their chosen career than others. But just because only some become a cricketer or successful lawyers, it does not follow that the society should be considered unequal. In other words, it is not the lack of equality of status or wealth or privileges that is significant, but the inequalities in people's access to such basic goods as education, health care, safe housing that make for an unequal and unjust society. Now let us discuss natural and social inequalities. A distinction has sometimes been made in political theory between the natural inequalities and socially produced inequalities. Natural inequalities are those that emerge between people as a result of their different capabilities and talents. These kinds of inequalities are different from socially produced inequalities, which emerge as a consequence of inequalities of opportunities or the exploitation of some groups in a society by others. Natural inequalities are considered to be the result of the different characteristics and abilities with which people are born. It is generally assumed that natural differences cannot be altered. Social inequalities, on the other hand, are those created by society. Certain societies may, for instance, value those who perform intellectual work over those who do manual work and reward them differently. They may treat differently people of different race or color or gender or caste. Differences in of this kind reflect the values of a society, and some of these may certainly appear to us to be unjust. This distinction is sometimes useful in helping us to distinguish between acceptable and unfair inequalities in society, but it is not always clear or self evident. For instance, when certain inequalities in a treatment of people have existed over a long period of time, they may appear us to as justifiable because they are based on the natural inequalities, that is, characteristics that people are born with and cannot easily change. For example, women were for long described as the weaker sex, considered timid and of lesser intelligence than men, needing special protection. Therefore, it was felt that denying women equal right could be justified. Black people in Africa were considered by their colonial masters to be lesser intelligence, childlike, and better at manual work, sports, and music. This belief was used to justify institutions like slavery. All these assessments are now questioned. They are now seen as distinctions made by society as a result of the differences of power between people and nations rather than based on their inborn characteristics. Another problem which arises with the idea of natural differences is that some differences which could be considered natural need not longer be seen as unalterable. For instance, advances in medical science and technologies have helped many disabled people to function effectively in society. Today, computers can help blind people, wheelchairs, and artificial limbs can help in cases of physically disability. Even a person's look can be changed with cosmetic surgery. The famous physicist Stephen Hawking can hardly move or speak, but he has made major contribution to science. It would seem unjust to most people today if disabled people are denied necessary help to overcome the effects of their disability or a fair reward for their work on the grounds that they are naturally less capable. Given all these complexities, it would be difficult to use the natural, socially produced distinctions as a standard by which the laws and policies of a society can be assessed. For this reason, many theorists who differentiate between inequality arising from our choices and inequalities operating on account of the family or circumstances in which a person is born. It is the latter that is a source of concern to advocates of equality that and which they wish to minimize and eliminate. Here we break this chapter. Meet you in the next lecture with more content on this chapter. Thanks for listening.